Hello and welcome to Facecheck. You're joining me for the second video in the Versus series where I play other YouTubers on Jinteki.net and we both record our respective halves of the game, so you can watch it back and see a game as it happens and get the commentary for both halves of the players. We're both playing post most wanted list legal decks. I'm playing the Spark Agency deck, which I'm working through the deck tech at the moment for. Here I've taken out the 3 NAPDs and swapped them just for Explodapaloozans, hoping to get off the mid-seasons. I've freed up influence for Astroscript as well by taking out the 2 assassins and just putting in a Lotus Field, not assassins, architects, putting in an assassin and a Lotus Field. So that leaves me with 3 influence left for the Astroscript pilot programs. My opponent today, is Ben, Bewnt on Jinteki.net. I do have the right deck this time. I hadn't taken out the NAPDs the first time we started, and I realised in my opening hand when I had one. So here we go. Now obviously post a link up to Ben's channel when I post this video. We comment on each other's quite a lot. I'm going to mulligan this one because I don't have 2 adverts. I always try and get 2 adverts. As it happens, this is actually worse, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to put this over HQ because it's free. I'll tax them. Then I'm going to put this in a new remote, and then I'm going to put this in that same remote. So what I'd ideally like to happen is that he runs on this, I get the money, he doesn't work on trashing the Eve, and then I'll res the Eve next turn, or I'll probably res it before the start of my turn depending on how much money he's on, just to get the, even though I don't get the double spark if he does it on the same turn. Now if he doesn't run at all, I'll just res the Eve normally, and then I'll put Archangel over R&D and then just money up. So nothing I can do about him accessing R&D in his last click there. See what he finds. Ideally a product placement, but not always so lucky. And I'll res Eve on his turn just in case I find something exciting. Right, so he spent 3 to trash the Adonis campaign, and I resed Eve, so he's down to 1 credit. So hopefully can't get too much off the Street Peddler. Even though it's got 1 credit discount, you'll hopefully not be able to install much. If I can res Archangel, I probably will. Because then he has the choice, either he takes something off Street Peddler and I bounce that, or he loses Street Peddler and trashes all of those. That will mean that I won't be able to res Special Offer. However, he's not really got the money for Eve campaign anyway. So we'll just have to see what happens. Now, Ben playing a Hayley deck here. As I said, it's legal post most wanted list. For those of you that don't know what's going on with Netrunner at the moment, right, okay, so let's roll that back. I'm going to try and sneak out an Astro here. So I'm going to install that, and install that in a new remote, and then I'm going to wait and see if he gets some money, because he should be able to, I should be able to keep him off Astroscript just by resing the Ash at this point. So fingers crossed that is what happens. Anyway, so yeah, there was an announcement at the end of last year where some cards are now worth more influence. If you want to know a little bit more about that, you can listen to my podcast, number 3, where we discuss it in depth. We talk about the different cards that are now restricted. But I'm going to probably res this because he's only got 2 credits. And so now he's not going to have enough to trash it, and he'll take the brain damage. However, now he's got his Opus out, so he's going to click that for money. It's problematic for me. But basically, if I'd left him with 2, he would have used that to trash launch campaign anyway, so definitely the right move to res it. Okay, so he's not run the Astro, which means I'm going to get money back for Eve and this. Oh, better click on the right thing here. 1, 2, 3, and I'll score the Astro, putting me in a reasonable position. So these are still just going to tick down. Wasn't particularly sneaky. You didn't have enough money to really get in at it. Now whether or not he figures out that's an Ash, that's an interesting question. He's probably going to run anyway to see what it is, maybe money up and get it. I'll not res Ash if that's the case. Nothing I can do to stop him. But what I have to be aware of is he's no longer going to be poor. I mean, there he is up to 10 credits. Not a heck of a lot I can do to keep his money down now. So all I need to do is try and keep my money up as well. He's probably running some sort of big rig. Yeah, that's probably the right move there. Let me... Now I can't do too much to stop him trashing my stuff. I could perhaps put all of these on server 2 to gain 2 credits, make him use up all his money, and in fact I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So when he accesses that, it's going to cost him a lot of his credits to get rid of it. 2, 4, 7, and I'm going to gain 4. Then I'll go fishing, hopefully for a mid-seasons, and maybe try and score out the food initiative. If I can land tags, I really want to get rid of Street Peddler while I can. I don't know what's on it, but probably can't be good for me. Can also money up still behind the special offer. Resistor doesn't cost me anything, but only costs him 4 to get through. Slightly annoying that that's free for him, but could be worse. I still managed to get 4. So whether he stim hacks something out now, which is probable. I mean, he was on 8 money anyway. I'll res 1 to make him lose a credit. Might as well spend some of his real money. I gain 2. There he goes again, trash the other one. And then he trashes Ash, so he'll realise that he probably couldn't have got the stim hack last time anyway. Ooh, Vamp. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm going to need... If he gets a barrier breaker out, I'm going to need something other than resistor. Obviously I could sink my money into the trace. Okay, so let me just let's just draw up here, and then I will put this on. Will I do anything? Actually, I'm going to throw this out into a new remote. Now it does leave HQ a little vulnerable with the 2 agendas in there, but again I want him to run and spend 4 of his credits on trashing the pad campaign. Now he could click for 6, run and trash it, but probably not the most effective use of his time. He's probably going to check it, which is fine. Will I spend 2 to make him lose 1? And the answer is no, because he could still run on the Eve campaign, though he's not likely to with only 6 left. And we'll see what happens. That's fine. SMC, and he can play someone else if he had a chance. So now let me put out this in a new remote, and then let me put out this in the same remote, and then let me put out something behind it. And then hopefully he will go somewhat bankrupt trying to get it. Yeah, I'm going to put Explodapalooza down there. I can, if it comes to it, triple advance and use the Astro token, but ideally it won't come to that because he's got to get both a barrier breaker and a decoder out. I mean, that does cost me 10, however. Tick up by 2 next turn. If he does run on special offer, I mean, he's got very little reason to now. Nobody's going to pay 5 to trash an Eve campaign with only 4 on it. Siphon. Interesting. I'm half tempted to sink credits into this. Yeah, in fact that's exactly what I'll do. Well, I'll make him spend the money on SMC to bust out of Barrier Breaker. Possibly a Parasite. Parasite obviously still legal, and again it's one of the cards on the most wanted list. He could fetch the parasite, but you know it's using up more of his influence. So it's a deck building restriction rather than anything else. So he's not immediately fired it, but of course he's also recording. He's maybe talking through his thought processes. I'll ask the question, and if it does fire, I'm almost willing to sink 8 credits into it, or another 4 credits into it to stop him getting through. In fact, this is, yeah. So here we go. So you've got Lady. Lady's on the restricted list. That's costing them 1 influence. So that is no more actions from me. But I've still got enough to res the toll booth, and with the 2 tags it's not really slowing him down any. But if he stays tag me, it'll be interesting. He's got to spend the last 2 clicks getting rid of those tags though, really. You can't particularly risk it against any form of NBN. Oh, but he's going for it. Yes, I will res that. There's nothing they can do about that, so I'll fire the trace. And if he wants to go bankrupt on doing that, I will let him. So it's going to cost him 6. I'll probably punt R&D interface back to his hand, or maybe I'll put... There's not a lot in it, to be perfectly honest. Oh, no, he's wanting to spend all his money and keep it. He knows there's no NAPDs because I told him I just took them out, so he doesn't have to worry about not being able to steal an agenda if he grabs one. Now, ideally, mid-seasons would perhaps be somewhere here. I mean, that will keep him out of a lot of places. I really need to keep him out of HQ. So let me now think about... I'm going to put this in front of HQ. I'm going to gain a credit. I'm going to gain a credit, I think. Now, I didn't have the mid-seasons in hand, which is fine. I'm only running 2. It's not the main win condition. I wasn't overly up on credits anyway. But let's have a think about what he's going to do. So money, fine. So now... got some decisions to make. I'm going to advance this, and then I'm going to gain credit, and I'm going to... It's going to cost me 8, 10 to keep him out, or perhaps I'll just res the toll booth. Not yet sure. I'm going to advance it again. Now I can res both of these. Of course, if he does go for the siphon, then I'm left with a choice. If I had a little bit more money, I'd be happier. But the double advance, he's maybe thinking it's a global food. He's maybe thinking it's another breaking news, but he's floating the tags anyway, so probably not that one. He knows breaking news is in there. He knows NBN's got quite powerful cards for hurting the runner. I don't know. I'll be interested to see his side of the video and what he's thinking is his best line here. Now he can run kind of straight through that, so he's going to make a run here. Don't think he's going to have enough money for it if he does it. That's fine. So advance, advance, and then I'm going to score Explodapalooza, and then I'm going to... Considering, because this doesn't cost anything to res, and it'll just start eating up his dog tokens. Clone chips also on this most wanted list. So having ladies already, let's have a look at what else is in here. Stim hacks eating up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's already got 12 influence out. Probably not too much more to be scared of. He can't have another siphon. He could have another vamp, but the credit difference isn't quite enough at this point. So not too scared. Surprisingly not seen a lot of what's the word? Ads. Yes, I will raise that. Let's see what he does. Yeah, so he uses the token, and then he may or may not bring out a solution to Archangel. He might just let the trace fire. Study guide, and then use pump up study guide to strength 6. Ouch. Basically invalidates Lotus Field as well, and then he's going to see another 2 cards. Yep, I mean that's problematic for me, I guess. If I can just find, I've no damage, so nothing much I can do there. What if? Now I can bust through that without any problems. I'm going to. He's seen the second card as well, or did he trash Eve there? No, Eve went naturally. I wonder. Right, I'm going to draw for 1. Yeah, I'll drop you in server 1, and then I will drop you in server 1. Now if I can raise both of these, it gets boosts my economy back up to kind of where I want to be. But clicking for money, he's going to get through Toll Booth no problem. He can get through Wraparound while he's still got Lady tokens. He's only got 2 influence left to spend, and I wonder what they'll be on. So he's busting that, and then he can bust that for 1, so that's no massive deal. And he's going to see 2 fresh cards. Ugh, murder. I maybe should have popped Jackson there and then, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so he's seen this one, he knows what it is. There's nothing I can do at this point to keep him out is my big problem, so I'm going to put this in server 5, see if I can eat up that last token, and then I'm going to, I mean there's no point putting any of these over R&D, so I'm going to gain credit. So now he's got a decision to make. Did I just put out another agenda there? Chances are I'm not running biotics because I've got so many Adonis and Eve campaigns in there. Yeah, there's no chance I'm running a biotic version. So right, so he's busted the last one there, and then he can bust that without much problem. And the real quick, I've got to reduce the number of agendas that are still there. I'm going to put back product placement, and I'm going to put back Ash. I'm not sure how useful Ash will be because I've no money, but we'll see how it goes. He's going to see 2 fresh cards. Can't really win off it. He's only on 3 points. Okay, so now I have a little bit of a window, hopefully. Is it even worth raising this? The money situation will stay the same. Alright, let's raise it until I decide what I want to do. Okay, so I've got mid-seasons in hand now, but he's been floating tags the whole game. If I draw... Ooh. Yep. And then gain credit. So you can run again. You can see 2 fresh cards, although we'll have to bust the trace here, and we'll just see how it goes. Next turn I'm going to overwrite Adonis there. I'm going to install advance, close the counts, and turn after that, if I can stay alive, I will oh, so he's got another lady. He's going to see 2 cards, which is annoying. I just need any kind of sentry. Oh, he's got another Astro there, which makes me sad. But I do get a little money off that. I can mid-seasons him to death, but it's not really helping me. I could have closed the counts last turn, but then he would have just opused up. Oh, he's coming in again. It's going to be 2 fresh cards again. He is on 5 agenda points. It's a reasonable shout. Yeah, I mean it's only costing them... No, because it's only going to cost them 1 to bust. and there was nothing there, so that was a bonus. I mean, that's going to cost them 1, that's going to cost them nothing, even with closed accounts. It's annoying. Now, okay, I'm going to draw. He's only got 2 tags. Did he steal an agenda last turn? Yes. Okay, I'm going to mid-seasons for like 9 or something. And then I could be cheeky and type in the chat box, oh, didn't realise you were already tagged, but we'll see how it goes. And then it will come down to whether or not he can top deck the last agenda next turn. He's going to take all these tags. There's no reason not to. Unless he's thinking that I haven't seen that he's floated those tags the whole time. But the reason I'm doing it is so I can cycle out the global food next turn without having to install it much. I don't know if he's seen the cycle graphics. I think not. And then I'll close the accounts for 3. But it's really just to slow him down. It's to get him 1 run on here. Actually, no, he can get in. No, now he's got a bust through resistor. Yeah, mid-seasons was not a terrible play at all there, because resistor is now strength 11, so that really slows him down here. Plus I'll be able to cycle out the global food next turn for the win. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So all in all, not so bad. I don't think I'm in a huge amount of danger of losing here. Similarly, can't get through this resistor because it's so expensive. Yeah, I think I've got the win sewn up. I will... I'm going to allow it. Mostly because I need the 5 credits. Or I just need 5 credits for the win. If I spend 2 resin wraparound, then that's not going to cut it. I could have got away with 4 credits, of course, with this. Ooh, that's a nasty one. So let's just put that in server 1. And then let's cycle graphics out for 5. I put no pressure on HQ all game, so that's kind of how he lost there. GG. Yeah, that was good. That was pretty interesting. He kind of had me locked down. He could have maybe got a little luckier with his accesses. Had a couple of misses, but that's fine. If I go back and have a look at the game, count how many accesses he had now. You'll need round about 19 accesses to win when the corp's running global food. Ben's actually got a really good video on agenda density and what global food initiative does to the number of random accesses the runner needs. But yeah, watch that. I'll put a link to Ben's channel in the comments, and I'll add both his game and my game to the Versus series playlist. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe, and as mentioned, we're also doing a podcast. I'll put a link to that. You can subscribe to it on iTunes or just through SoundCloud itself. I'll also be updating the site with them as well. So thanks for watching, and until then, this is Facecheck jacking out.